Hello my brothers and sisters in weirdness, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be continuing with the Arena Rex minis, which is a series done in conjunction, or not conjunction, with support, or in association with, I think that's the correct way of putting it, that's what I put it in the beginning of the video anyway, in association with Wigan Wargames and RPG group. This is the group I'm a member of, and I've been a member of for a few months now. They meet at Pemberton Masonic Hall on Wednesday evenings from 7 o'clock. And again, if anybody's interested in popping down to see what goes on and joining in with the games, then please feel free to do so. We're always looking for members. Anyway, these minis are kindly donated to put together and paint by one of the group members, Andy. And as I said, these are from Arena Rex, and they do come as multi-part kits. The full resin. They are a pain in the neck to put together, but they are nice minis and they are nice to paint, so hope you enjoy these. And because there's a lot of flesh showing, it gives me a wonderful opportunity to showcase these little beauties. Let's zoom out a little bit. These are the skin tone paints from Army Painter, as you may or may well know. Now for the first one we did, I used onyx skin, mocha skin and tiger's eye skin. These are to be used in a sequence of 3, so we've got dark shade, dark tone, mid-tone and light tone for the previous one. In this one we go in dark tone, mid-tone, pale tone, and there are washes as well that are going to go along with these, and I've just knocked them off. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I need to look around now and see if I can try and find them. Won't be a moment. Okay, I've found them, and here they are. We have different skin tones, as well as empty bottles and other bits as well. So we have a dark skin wash, a strong skin wash and a soft skin wash. I'll probably go with the strong skin wash for this one, but we will see how things go. I'll just pop them to one side. So as I said, we're using the mocha skin, we're using the tiger's eye skin, and we're using the jasper skin for this one. Okay, so I'll pop those again to one side and bring back our subject matter. Now with this one we have exactly 2 of the same mini, slightly different poses, but 2 of the same mini. In fact, I might use this one because it'll be a little bit clearer on camera. I'm going to paint up both of them, but with this one I'm going to use it, whereas the tiger's eye skin is the deep tone. So I'm going to do one lighter off camera just to practice a little bit, and then when I come down to the next mini, I'm going to start off with the tiger's eye one. I did that with the last one because he had a double mini, so I thought, what the heck, I might as well. So I'll put that to one side and use this one because it's a little easier for the camera to see what I'm doing, because of the shield the shield is held a little bit wider. Okay, so let's get cracking, shall we? And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll use this Army Painter base coating brush that I got with the speed paint set, and we'll just dampen that a little. Bring them over there, and once again bring the palette in here. I'm doing this in this format just so you can see how the colours actually look a little easier, and how I'm working with them a little easier rather than having 2 separate cameras, because these are new paints to me. That's the reason I'm doing this. Okay, now again, these paints come already installed with 2 balls. Is it the... No, it doesn't. It comes pre-installed with 0 balls. I think I put 1 in this, so let's open the drawer and get my agitator balls out and take the lid off. Very easy to now I'm saying it's very easy to do this, but I forgot to open the agitator balls first of all, and I'm doing this with my left hand, and I'm not very good with my left hand, but all you do is simply drop the ball in. There's 2 balls in there now because I did already put 1 in, so I'll do that for each thing of paint that we use. So I'll put these balls to one side, so each time we open one of these paints, I will add an agitator ball, another agitator ball, and you can hear the difference now when I shake the pot, and hopefully these will work wonders. So let's add some of this paint to our palette. We have a damp brush. I don't want to paint that bottle, so put those to one side. Let us continue with painting your man here in this nice dark skin tone. Now I'm not fussed if I go on any of the armour, because I'll be painting that in a very strong or very deep colour anyway, so it's not going to cause any issues for us. I'm just going to zoom in a touch so you can see better what I'm doing. There we are. Now again, I've noticed a little bit of flashing on this one, and that's because I cleaned all the flashing off the other Mini and changed my mind when it came down to painting this one. So what I'm going to do is just going to paint where I can now. Paint the areas that aren't plagued with flashing, and then I can clear. I'll get my little knife out when I can find my little knife. It's actually a what you may call it. I'll put my brush down there for a second. It's a Stanley knife, so hardly a little knife, but I don't know where my small knife is. I think I only used it for something and haven't seen it since. Mind you, I keep nicking her what you call it, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I keep nicking her little sandpaper things for her nails, what they're called, emery boards. I keep nicking them, so I suppose she's allowed to nick one of my knives. It's only fair. So again, we're covering all the neck, all the skin tones, doing the neck at this point, or at that point when I was saying that's what sort of like threw me a little, but making sure that all skin areas are covered with this colour. Why I missed those when I was doing the arm earlier, I don't know, but never mind. Again, I'm not really too bothered if I go over armour, because it'll have its usual rough iron coating over the top of it. And I'm hoping to get some of the Army Painter metallic coloured paints soon, but we will see what happens there. Got a little bit to pay out for this week, because it's 8 days from shooting this video to my wedding day, so I have a few things to pay out when I get money on Tuesday, so it may not be for a few weeks yet when I can get it, but I will try my best to get some. Yeah. And we'll just keep going over all the flesh, and if you can hear something rattling outside, the wind seems to be quite strong today outside, and that was a bin lid outside that has just blown open, I think. So that's what that rattle was that you may have heard in the background. I don't know whether you did or not, because I can't hear what you can hear at the moment. So if you didn't hear it, all well and good. If you did hear it, that's what it was. And I was watching YouTube videos lying on the bed, so if you hear some laughing, you know what that is as well. So I'm going to carry on with this all over the flesh areas. I have had some fun. I'm going to show you some of the minis that we have for this series in a moment, once I've finished painting the flesh, because there are some really nice ones. I have some primed and ready for painting, and I have some that has just been made or just been made up and are ready for priming and then painting. But he's given me quite a few, and I still have some yet that need to be made up. So we have a nice long session of video, nice long series of videos to do for you. I don't know whether we have any more double ups or not, out of the ones I already know about, but if we do, we do. I'm only be painting one on camera though, as you've noticed already. I don't want to waste time by showing you the same mini more than once, and I want to give these paints as much exposure as I can, because I do quite like them. They are very nice paints to use. They're just that nice consistency, not too thick, not too watery. I haven't as yet tried them in an ergun yet. An ergun, an herb brush. What the hell am I saying an ergun for? Jeez. Okay, so that's about the size of it for the flesh areas. Just make sure everywhere's covered. As I say, I'm not bothered at all about getting on any other area as yet, because it's not been painted. So that's, I say, looks to be it. Oh no, I've missed his leg there. See how easy it is to forget things, or to miss things. I just seriously did not see that at all. And I'll just go under there as well to make sure that it's all covered up to the metal areas. Touch up a few areas that look as though they're a bit thin, a bit patchy. There we are. So I'll put that to one side. I'll wash my brush out. So I said I wasn't worried about getting things on the metal areas, and that's because with the metal areas, as always, we're going rough iron. And as you remember, this particular bottle is a little bit iffy in putting the paint out. There's a split on the nozzle. I do have another tub of this ready to go when this one runs out, but that's not going to be for a while yet with the amount I use it. But never mind. So back in with the base coating brush. This is a very nice brush, by the way. And my painters have done themselves proud on the quality of these brushes, as well as the paints they've been releasing recently. Now again, with these skin tone paints, I can only go with what I've used, and I haven't used all of them yet, but I like them so far. I do recommend them to, I have recommended them to people and do recommend them to people if you want to paint flesh tones, because they are very, very nice paints. The what you may call it, the speed paints, so far I've only used them on my force grown drones for Conquest. I will be doing some more with other colours very soon, so you're going to get my full opinions on them as time goes on. But again, so far I am liking those paints. Again, my first I want to keep reinstating this with these speed paints as my first contact or first experience with speed paints, and so far, well, any of that kind of contrast paint, speed paint, whatever you want to call them all, high, you know, the high contrast ones. So I'm quite impressed with my painters. I may try others. I'm going to keep away from Games Workshop because I'm pulling away from Games Workshop paints and trying out different ones. I know they were the original, or I get a feeling they were the original ones who did speed paints, contrast paints, whatever you want to call them. But you know, I think from what I gather, these Emmy Painter ones are cheaper and they're actually better. Although, as I say, I've not experienced them to any great extent yet, just a couple of the colours so far, but I will be using more as time goes on. But at the moment we're here doing these skin tone paints, and the reason I'm talking about the other paints is because at the moment I'm not using skin tone, I'm just using the rough iron, so I'm just chatting about my painter paints in general. Now I do like these paints, painter paints. I know a few people don't like them, and I can't work out why, but for me, I do like them. I know there's a channel on YouTube that always seem to skim over Emmy Painter paints and don't seem to have anything nice to say about them. And as I say, I can't understand why, because I think they're really nice paints. But they're again saying that these are the first paints I used after coming away from Games Workshop, so I only really have the Citadel series, the Emmy Painter, and some Vallejo airbrush paints to that I have experience with. So maybe it's because he has more experience with other paints than I have. I don't know, but what I do know is that I like Emmy Painter paints, and I don't think I'll be going off them anytime soon, especially if they carry on releasing paints like this skin tone range and the speed paints. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. I'm not going to say I'm going to stick with them permanently, but you know, if the quality of the paints work for me as well as they are doing now, then I don't see any reason to change. Now, saying I'm pulling away from Games Workshop paints, we are going back into a Games Workshop paint, if I can find it. Here we are. Corn red. That will do. And I just want this corn red. Let's get some on the palette here. I want the corn red for the shield. I want a nice dark red base for it. And corn red is the darkest shade of red I have at the moment. So that's why I'm going with this. The shield for the previous ones I did were bluish because of the fish motif that was on the minis. I went with, like, tried to make it like, as though it was like a water theme for the fish, for the shield. Make it look as though the fish motifs were swimming in a background of water. But I have no need to do anything special with this. You can paint it whichever colour you wish. Blue, black, orange, green, red, purple, sky blue, pink with orange dots. All we need to do is just get a nice smooth coat on here. And that will do nicely. I did that for one reason and one reason only. And that is because I want to do the gold metallic areas of this. I don't want to be fighting over a metallic colour when I came to put the shield colour down. So here we go. I think that's it, or about it. And then we'll just do a... I'm going to do a different colour for these little nubs around the edge of the shield. So it's not going to be a plain white shield. I don't want to do it, oh god, I don't want to do it metallic coloured. And I'm still going to have to fight over it, over the metal in that top corner there, because I accidentally, as you saw, hit the shield with some of this as my hand slipped when I was doing the top edge. But never mind. Accidents happen. So we'll just do that, and then we'll go down here and do this edge. And I'm not sure whether there's a back edge to it or whether it's flat. Oh, I'm going to have to go through it anyway. No, there is a back edge to it, so I'll do that. There we are. So that's that's the shield mainly done. One more colour I want from the Citadel range, when I can find it. Here we are. It's Dryad Bark. This wood colour there's not much of this left. This wood cone is just going on the back of the shield to show that it is wood. Because there is markings on this one and indents to show wood grain, so you can tell with this particular mini that it is wood. With the previous one, the one with the two fish, or the one with the fish on the shield, we had no such markings on the back of the shield, which confused me a little, so I did it as though it was wood. But we shall go over this and just make sure that all this area is covered.